We're here!
Oh, this has been a journey. Welcome to what is currently called the Not So Starving Artist podcast video thingamajiggy. We've been wanting to do this for a long time. I'm Dallin Cooper.
I'm Katie Cooper.
We're married. Hooray for us.
We're even in love and married, so it's icing on the cake.
What a day. We actually like each other.
Yes.
The reason we wanted to start this podcast is because we are both people who decided to quit our jobs and go all in on our creative dreams and aren't starving to death anymore. For a long time, we told people that we were starving artists because it wasn't great. And we have found that creative pursuits and creative fields, making a job, making a living as an artist can be really isolating. It can be really confusing. A lot of people don't understand what you do. And we want to share some of that journey. We aren't totally sure whether this is going to be like how to make money as an artist all the way, or if it's going to be just talking about the journey, how much it's going to be advice and how much it's going to be stories. We're going to figure that out as we go. But we have found success in our fields. I am a professional speaker, so I do keynotes and conferences and whatnot.
And I am an author. I write supernatural suspense, contemporary fantasy. I'm just finishing up my trilogy, my first trilogy, my debut trilogy, I think is what they call that. And I'm independently published. I didn't want to play by New York's rules, but I'm also not playing by the indie rules. So while I'm profitable, which is more than like 90% of authors can say, unfortunately, I am still trying to figure out how to scale and actually make like a respectable living wage from this. Bigger money, right? Like, and by big money, I mean like maybe $500 a month. Like, yeah. So we're in various different stages. We want to bring in people from various different stages in whatever creative, path they have chosen to take. We want to be welcoming. We want to be encouraging. We want to share our stories, our failures, our successes, and have you guys feel like you can do the same through comments or whatever you decide to get in touch with us. We like snail mail. I don't know. We like smoke signals. Like, go for it.
All of a sudden, we're just getting letters from the internet creative community.
Bring it. I love it.
You're also a more traditional artist.
Yes, I am. Yes. So I also oil paint. I started like a hobby business. Okay, to make a long story short, I'll do my best. When I was younger, I collected model horses. I'm a horse girl. I'm not ashamed of that.
I'm ashamed of it.
No, you're
Don't
not.
worry.
You're not even a little ashamed of it. Shut up. I got into painting model horses because there's a roaring collector market out there, and I would sell them, from anywhere from 2 to 4 figures, because again, this collector market's crazy, and by that I mean wonderful and amazing, and also crazy. Where was I going with that? Dang it. Come back, thought. So it was a hobby business while our kids were super young. It was a lot of fun, taught me a lot of good things. I've been less active in it lately because I've been so focused on the novels, but yeah, I'm hoping to bring it back, and maybe I'll even have one to show you. They're all packed away right now because we just moved, but maybe I can show you, like, for those of you benefiting from the video feed. Next time I'll just hold up one of these crazy, weird, realistic horse sculptures to kind of have an idea of what in the world I'm even talking about.
We'll slap a picture up of like, here are things. Yeah. The point of this being that, like, we've made money doing a lot of weird art stuff.
Yeah.
And so while we aren't the expert authorities ever, and we don't have a course to sell you, like, we aren't trying to do any of that.
Because the secret is there is no expert of ever. You have to dig around and listen and get out there and research and figure out what works for you and your business and your family and your life. Yeah. So we're not trying to sell you anything. We're just trying to help you find information.
The information. Also, it's just good to talk to people who get you. It's good to listen to people who get you.
Yeah, this is a community place too.
Yeah, trying to make a community. We'll see if we're good at it. Also, we haven't podcasted before. So patience, thank you for your patience with us as we get better at this and figure out how to format an episode. We just wanted to introduce ourselves some here and share why we're doing this, that collectively we have experience in all these areas. I have a background in entrepreneurship, so we have the business side, the creative side, the ability to make that a thing.
My background is in psychology and business management, and also music. That was what I studied in college, those three things. So yeah, we have a little bit of like the human touch and the human side.
I forgot about the music.
Yeah.
You're an artist on the music side too.
And I'm a musician. I play the violin, the piano, the organ. I can tune a viola. If I'm on a really good day, if my sister's looking over my shoulder telling me what to do, I can tune a harp. There you go.
Yeah.
That's my flex for the day.
Which is more than most people can do. I didn't even know harps were like real when I first met your family.
Very much
Nor did
real.
I know that violas were a thing because I'm a bumpkin from nowhere.
It's okay, you're my bumpkin from nowhere and I love you.
So that was a longer introduction than I wanted it to be.
We will get less long-winded. I'm mostly me. You're a professional, I am not. So you may notice a little bit of a difference in how bleh we are, with me being more so.
Katie's very bleh.
Let me just reiterate that thank you that you told them earlier. Anyway, for your patience. Yep.
So today's theme is the idea of what we call the culmination. But for normal people, it's this idea of like what happens when the thing you've been chasing actually arrives, and are you ready for it?
And what do you do when you get there?
So we just had our own culmination, which is why we are in currently like the jankiest room of all time. Like there's a broken window over here, the walls are different colors, there's no floor,
You're all scratched up.
there's cobwebs in the ceiling,
There's
and a
a
weird shark lamp.
fan. Like picture like an angry.
We'll just put a picture up.
Yeah. Let's just put a picture up. It's wonderful. You should see it. It's a masterpiece. Speaking of art.
So we just moved. We uprooted like all of our lives to move right in the middle of what is the busiest season of my career ever. I think I was on the road for about 3 weeks solid. There were 2 nights during that 3 weeks that I spent at home, and those 2 nights were all spent loading and unloading trailers as we moved.
Yeah. It was a mess.
Yeah, I hit every time zone from the East Coast all the way to Alaska. Didn't get Hawaii, but like 9 states. It was a lot, and we've got 2 little kids.
Yes. And they're moving schools. So there's all the stuff involved with swapping school districts and like being there for them emotionally because moving is scary. And when you're 5 and 3, you don't get it. And so there was just a lot dropping on our heads all at the same time. And people would ask us, why are you doing this? Like, why would you do this to yourselves?
But the secret of the culmination is that we didn't plan it to all happen at once.
No, in fact, we didn't plan it to happen at all.
You were also just finishing the 3rd book in your trilogy.
Yes.
And like trying to get it sent off to beta readers to hit your deadline.
Because I made a dumb deadline that I didn't know was dumb at the time because I didn't know we were going to be moving. But, that still has to happen. Otherwise, Amazon will cancel all the pre-orders. So it's like, you just have to make it work.
Yeah. So we didn't sit there being like, let's put literally everything that's ever happened in late September. But September is the big fall conference season, so I'm often busy. We tried to move earlier, but things didn't sell and close in time with houses.
Right. Well, and this house that we moved into needed and still does need a lot of work. Like, Imagine the jankiest, smelliest fixer-upper that's secretly super beautiful that you can ever imagine, and it's our house. Yeah. So, we could not move in until some things got done.
Yeah.
To it.
Like the roof had water coming through it. We had to replace the roof because it was leaking.
Yeah. The carpet was abominable. It was abominable.
Really bad.
Yeah. It needed to go.
For perspective, this house had sat abandoned for 2 years. We found duck eggs on the floor.
Put there by ducks.
Where animals had just come in through dog and cat doors that had been left there.
There was poop on the carpet. There was unidentified brown, yellow stains that I still try not to think about.
And eggs.
Someone there were
had
feathers.
made a nest.
Yep. It was a mess. Oh my gosh. But it's better now.
So we didn't plan it. You never plan a culmination.
Right. It's an opportunity that strikes you at a moment that you are ready. What a culmination really is you being in the right place, you being prepared, and you being willing, and then the opportunity showing up and you saying, okay, let's go for this.
But the point being, a lot of times there's a little bit, like, it's a very first world problem where people would look at us and be like, oh, boo-hoo, like, you're getting paid money to do your dream jobs and you're just too busy and successful.
Yeah.
Which is like a very first world problem.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, yeah, she's just publishing her third novel and he's just going and traveling the country. Like, life is so hard. And 3 years ago, we would have laughed at ourselves. We would have been like, I would give anything. Like, I would kill to be that busy. You know, I was scraping desperately trying to get anyone to hire me.
Because the secret is, this is the second culmination. The first one happened about this time 2 years ago when we decided to move to Cheyenne so that we could be closer to an airport so that you could pursue your dream of being a public speaker. And you had like, what, 2 gigs on the calendar or something?
No, literally 0.
You had literally 0 gigs on the calendar.
No income was happening. Yeah. Like, we were broke. Yeah. It was so bad.
Yeah, it was such a dumb idea. Looking back, like, I don't know why we did it.
When you were publishing your first book.
Yeah, I had just published it.
Yeah, and it
did fine.
It
was
fine,
already
but it
profitable.
wasn't paying the bills.
No.
You might make $500 in a month around Christmas, and it was like, hey, that staves off starvation.
Yep, that's where you got to start.
And so we would have looked at us and been like, again, boo-hoo. Mm-hmm. Like, life's so sad. You're too successful. It's made you busy. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't feel bad for you. But when you spend years working and scraping and trying to make the thing work, and then it all works, I think there's a lot of creatives out there. And we're going to use the term artist or creative a lot. That's like very all-encompassing. Yeah. Entertainers, musicians, artists, authors,
musicians,
writers.
authors, writers,
anything in that I am...
If you are creating a thing.
And specifically something that you feel is art.
Yeah. I mean, dancers, I feel like fit.
Yeah, I think a lot of performers.
Performers. Anything under that umbrella.
But anytime you've done one of those, I've been creating art and no one appreciates it, and then suddenly people do, and you get what you've been looking for so long, I think a lot of times people aren't prepared for it. Or it's like, I'm used to being a side thing that people kind of giggle at, and it isn't real, and then it becomes real. And often it doesn't do so when it's convenient. It doesn't happen when you have a bunch of free time. It happens when a bunch of other stuff is happening in your life, and all of a sudden it's like, I have to juggle all of it. And so I just wanted to talk about this idea of being prepared for the moment when the moment comes. And how do you do that? How have you done that?
Well, this is interesting. Because I think the goalposts move, right? Like, I look back at my career, and when I was first writing Silver Skin, my first novel, like, getting a book published was the culmination, right? And then it was getting the trilogy published was the culmination, right? Like, that was the far off, pie in the sky, like, I'm gonna make a trilogy and it's gonna be amazing. I wasn't thinking about, like, I had no idea what was going to happen when I started asking for reviews. I had no idea how people I knew were going to look at me different because suddenly I had published this book and they were like, wow, we never saw that coming. Like, we didn't know you were a writer. We had no idea that this was inside you. Like,
it's also worth noting that Katie, on the outside, most people consider her like the most prim and proper basic white girl ever.
Yeah.
And then
I like my pumpkin spice and my Ugg boots, actually.
Then her book is like creepy, like psychological horror almost.
Yeah.
Like,
I know you're looking at this right now and thinking like supernatural suspense thriller horror. Like, I know that that's what you're thinking.
But especially people who knew you like growing up. It was like, I didn't know you had this darkness in you.
They were like, yeah, so you're writing children's books? Like, oh, you're writing cute YA books? And I'm like, no.
I'm writing the personification of depression.
I'm writing the personification of depression and evil and like all sorts of explorations of the darker side of humanity and what makes us do things that we do that we regret later.
It's a hopeful book.
It is a hopeful book, right? But like, you if you don't have darkness, you don't have light, right? Like there has to be some sort of struggle, and there has to be some sort of dark, scary element that speaks to like us on a visceral level, so that the protagonist can overcome it and it's even more powerful in the end. Like I'm that kind of author. Like I do believe that there has to be evil in order for there to be good, and you have to address both, or else there's no impact.
Yeah. Sorry, I derailed you.
No, you're good.
Talking about
yeah, I'm easily derailed, so that's not you. But
you're not wrong.
Working on that. But anyway, like, so I got to the other side of the book being published, and I'm getting mostly positive reviews, but then there's also the occasional negative review. There's also, you know, telling people what I do and having them not take you seriously, and that's difficult, right? So,
oh, you're cute little hobby.
Oh, you're so cute. That's such a cute little hobby. It's like, no, it kicks me in the teeth like at least twice a day, and it sucks, but I love it and I can't stop. Anyway, and as I got there and as I published book 1, the goalpost moved, right? So it was like, publish a trilogy. Okay, run a bigger and better Kickstarter. Get better at marketing. Get better at my sales pitch, at explaining what these things are and why you should want them or why you shouldn't want them, because I don't think that people who... I'm not going to try and sell you a book that you don't want to read, that you're not going to enjoy. And now that the trilogy is out, I'm like, okay, it's businesswoman time. How do I make money with this? How do I advertise it? Where do I find my audience? How do I not scramble around spending a ton of money trying to figure out where these people are who are going to like my book? How do I lean into my strengths? You know, how do I really create an artisan experience that will have people come back for more, that sets me apart from like an AI generated, you know, romance or thriller? Because we don't like to talk about the fact that that's happening, but it is absolutely happening, and it is absolutely taking reader attention. And so like, I got to figure out how to step it up and be better than that.
I think almost every person who's going to be drawn to whatever this is that we're making, like anyone who considers themselves an artist or a creative, is feeling AI coming for them.
Yes.
I mean, like, even I'm feeling it, and I work very much in physical, human, in-person spaces.
Yeah, you really can't have a robot come in and replace you. But you can.
But they absolutely will.
But they're trying anyway, yep. And I can't even imagine being a graphic designer or a digital artist or even like a pen and paper, like traditional artist. And forgive me, I don't know the technical names for that, so I hope I didn't just offend somebody.
You've offended everyone.
Okay, well then teach me in the comments what to say, what you want to be called.
I am so personally offended, Katie.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry. Back to this idea, I've watched it with you a little bit, and I think it's out of necessity. I think it's because we want to build things and we want to grow. Generally, that's like a natural human drive that people have, especially people who are creative and entrepreneurial. But the goal was to get gigs on the calendar at first, right?
It's like, just have someone pay me. Yeah. Like, someone value me at all.
Please.
So please, someone value me.
Some money so that we don't starve, right? We have 2 little kids, like we're doing the scary thing. Throw me a bone here, literally. Stupid bone, if you please. And then that happened, right? And then we were stable. And it took a period of months, but it was really quite quick in the grand scheme of things that we were stable. And then, so the year after that, you go to the conference of speakers, they call it Influence, that's the conference, and you start looking around. Since now you're stable, you have the bandwidth to be like, okay, I want to make this an experience. Like, you see these people who are doing amazing things. And so now you're looking at, okay, how do I create an experiential keynote? How do you do that? That's what you're looking at. Your goalposts have moved. So there's another culmination coming down the road. It's just interesting how when there's a culmination, it sets you up for another culmination down the line.
Well, and the goalposts move in that you've reached one level of success, and then most of the time it's like, okay, that was good, but I can be better.
Yes.
It's not just like I'm chasing, not me personally, but any person. Like, it's not just chasing money or fame or whatever. I think people who have the drive to create and to create art are very rarely satisfied with like, yeah, this is the best art I can create.
Right.
Inevitably, it'll be like, yeah, that's the best piece I've ever created, the best performance I've ever done.
But I have ideas for how to do better now, and I want to try.
I want to do an even better one. And maybe this is just me, But I really like it when other people validate that with money.
Yeah.
Like when I think something's really good, that's one thing. I say, yeah, that's the best thing I've ever done. When someone else comes and says, I agree that's the best thing you've ever done, and I'm going to show that by paying you more than you've ever been paid. You know, the first time you sold a sculpture for 4 figures, and it was like, I thought that was the best I'd ever done, but clearly someone else agrees.
Yeah.
That's the best work you've ever done because they're putting their money where their mouth is and saying, I think that that's worth something. I probably shouldn't be motivated like solely by and I try not to be motivated solely by the external factors of things like money. Mm-hmm. But I do think that there is something to having people not just say, oh, your art is good, but to say your art is good enough that I want to pay you for it.
Yeah.
And then as you keep improving it, it's like that payment also goes up because other people are recognizing the increased value of what you do. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's part of why the goalposts move and why that's a good thing. Mm-hmm. It's
I
good
agree.
for the goalposts to move because we are people. And I say we as in whoever is watching this. Like if you're here, odds are you are a person who has a desire to create beautiful things, incredible things. And that's great, but wow, it's so much easier when they also can fund themselves.
Yes. So now here's the thing. Like as you're talking, I was thinking, and I agree that overall moving the goalposts is a good thing. I think it can be a double-edged sword, though. I'm going to push back just a little bit because, and it all depends on what your motivation is, right? So as I finish this trilogy, I've really kind of taken a deep dive of like, okay, I want money now. Like I want money for my work, right? Like, and it's for a lot of the same reasons that we talked about, but I've kind of like tried to pause and just be like, okay, so like, why do you want money? Do you want money because you should want money? Do you want money because you want to look like a successful businesswoman? Like, do you want status? Do you want the applause of the whole world? Like what is going on? Like why do you want, like why don't you want to just go write the next book? That's the fun part. Like, and what I figured out while thinking to myself, like what really are your motivations here, is that I equate money with freedom. And I want more freedom in my life. This is a stepping stone for me to do that, to serve my higher goals of like how I actually want to live my life and the lifestyle that we're collectively after. And so, but I think you have to be careful as you go up in, you know, success comes with status. And I think you have to be careful as you go up that ladder because it's kind of like climbing a tree. The higher up you get, the more you feel like the wind blowing and swaying the tree. And I think the winds of other people's opinions kind of will do that to us if we're not careful. Like there's different names for it. Like it's audience capture. I actually can't think of anything else besides audience capture right now, but I'm sure there's more.
I don't remember who it was that coined the term Sarapotial.
I've never even heard of that. What is that?
The inverse of a parasocial relationship. So a parasocial relationship where the audience feels like they know a creator and is their friend is when the creator, unlike YouTube or any platform, feels like their audience now is their friend and like they don't want to disappoint them.
Yes.
And like it's essentially audience capture.
It's
but
audience capture. It's the same thing.
They came up with the silly name of calling it a Sarapotial relationship of the inverse where I feel obligated to these people. The problem is these people are a huge mass of people all with differing opinions and you'll never be able to make all of them happy.
Cannot make them all happy. Yep.
Yeah.
So as long as you are the one moving the goalposts in service to your goals and your creative ideas and your muse, whatever, I don't know.
She doesn't know.
I don't know. Like, I really don't. I'm just totally spitballing. As long as you are the one moving the goalpost and you are being deliberate about it and you understand your motivations, it's a good thing. If it's coming from outside and it's like what you should do or what everyone else is doing or what you're expected to do, you might need to look at that. Just take a step back and really ask yourself whether this moving goalpost is in service to what you just really actually want out of life and your career.
Yeah. Well, and the first goalpost, which some of you might be like, yeah, I just want that goalpost, is to have the time and resources to make the art you want anyway.
Yes, that's so hard for so many people.
Yeah.
It's so hard in today's world.
That's why we're probably already sounding like spoiled, because it's like, look at us, we get to do the thing.
But we have made choices to make the time when there was no time.
And
Like we sacrificed a lot.
And hopefully, you will also get to do the thing. We're starting to have some technical difficulties. We recognize that this has been an absolute fiesta. Kind of nightmare as far as format and tech issues. So thank you for bearing with us if you've somehow watched for this long. We will get better. And we'll get this figured out. But as we try to figure out what we want this to be, like what percent of it is advice and instruction, what percent of it is just stories and experiences and us chatting about our lives or sharing your stories, we want those thoughts. So if there are topics you would like addressed, we have some on our list, like when do you quit your job and try to go full-time? How do you cope with burnout or unrealistic expectations of your customers or audience? Like all kinds of different things that we have slated. But if you have topics you'd like us to explore, please leave a comment. I know I'm putting this on YouTube. If you're listening to it on some other platform, go find us on YouTube and leave a comment.
Spotify, you can leave a comment on Spotify.
Can you?
I think
Is that
you
a
can.
thing you
I'm
can
pretty
do?
sure you can, yeah.
Well,
I've seen them before.
If you can leave a comment, do so somewhere.
Yeah.
One day we'll have a website maybe, but we're not right now. Right
Nope.
now we're just creating.
Yeah.
Right? We're just creating, being creatives, making a thing that we think is interesting.
We're just getting started.
And sometimes that's enough. Sometimes you just got to start and make the thing that you want to create and then get better as you go. We will get better as we go. Please leave your stories of your own culminations, your own moving goalposts, and what you've learned along the way. Each episode after this one, we would like to share some kind of community member spotlight of a thing, not only that you shared in the comments, some kind of lesson, but also your work, and to highlight you and the work you do and the lesson that you shared with our community in the comments. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Do you have cool closing thoughts?
I don't really have any cool closing thoughts. I'm grateful you're here and that you're patient with us. We appreciate it a lot. We're excited. I'm so excited to do this. I just really am.
So we'll have a cool outro one day. But for now, go make some art and don't starve.